What's up guys? So in today's video I want to run over a new coin that is launching. There's about 10 hours left to actually get in on the phase 2 sale. So I just wanted to run through the pitch deck that they released in September. Now essentially SANDCLOCK is a platform to save, give and invest with programmatical money. So as a bit of background, we go through, this is how the traditional yield optimizers operate. You deposit $10,000, it compounds, you have $10,010. You can either deposit or withdraw. So very rigid, inefficient. DeFi has made it where you deposit $10,000, it compounds, you have $10,000 and $10. So now you have the option to deposit, withdraw, or redirect that yield. So you can either buy something else with those tokens, or you can just let it compound with the $10,000. So what SANDCLOCK is actually doing is they're taking it a step further, where you can choose the duration. So you can see 6 months, and then what you can actually do is you can decide what you want to keep, what you want to reinvest, and what you want to donate. So you can actually do a split of all three options, and you can also do this in perpetuity as well. Another option that they're currently working on is even loading the yield onto a prepaid card, so you could actually use that for your grocery shopping, for instance. So you're probably wondering, why would you want to give all your yield away? Now, there are also benefits. So there's an incentive system for philanthropic giving. One being the NFT tax receipt. So you can use it for that reason. There's also a money lottery. So for every dollar donated, you get one ticket. Also, every dollar donated, you have one ticket into an NFT art raffle. And then there's charity mining. So when you donate on any supported chain, you also gain governance rights. So you might be wondering, governance rights, well, what is that actually for? So you can vote on proposals for treasury management, what donations we're going to have, the different partnerships, as well as also what happens with the pools and the various parameters. So if we look at the tech, we've got this flexible architecture where we can actually subdivide our yield and do various things with it. It's multi-chain, it's automated. There's also a risk return optimizer. So what they're talking about when they say risk return optimizer is part of the treasury, which is roughly 15% of the total token supply. Part of the treasury will go into boosting the APYs and the yield that you can earn on these tokens. So version 1 summarized, it's pretty much time delayed execution for amplified yield. There's zero loss donations, so you only actually donating your yield and not the principal. And these yield strategies are in perpetuity. So one thing that you'll notice is there is a performance fee. If you're thinking, how does value accrue to the SANDCLOCK protocol or to the Quartz token, there's a performance fee that will accrue to the treasury, and that will be used to grow SANDCLOCK. There's also boosted vaults. They're also working on licensing models for financial legacy institutions to use. So you can see as total value locked increases, so will token as well. So majority of what SANDCLOCK is focused on when having partnerships in the future is anything that's going to increase the revenue and the total value locked. Now, in summary, it's multi-chain, it's a stablecoin haven built on Mirror and Anchor, and integration friendly. They're focusing on the user experience and having built-in insurance and fiat on-ramps to make it as simple as possible. So there's a lot going on for this project. If you want to look at the tokenomics or how the tokens are being distributed, there is another article introducing Quartz. I think it was released in April, and here you can see the portion goes to the team and operations and the portion that goes to the community. Of this 80%, you can also see how that is broken down, and they'll explain each section of that. So if you are interested in this protocol, I highly recommend checking out the pitch deck, following them on Twitter, as well as also joining the Discord and seeing what's happening in the community. If you are interested in getting involved in the sale, there's about 10 hours left at the time of recording, and I'll show you how that process goes down. So over here, I'm on Copper Launch. You're going to connect your MetaMask wallet. If you haven't transacted on Copper Launch before, you're going to go through a two-transaction process. So firstly, you're going to approve the usage of your USDC, and then you can actually do the swap. So what I'm going to do over here, let's just see the gas fees, currently 87, jumped up to 100. We'll go through with that anyways. So max, and it's going to cost us roughly $56. So obviously expensive on Ethereum mainnet. There will be a future where we are multi-chain and there will be cheaper fees, so don't stress too much about that. So while we wait for the transaction to confirm, if you are wondering what's coming up down the pipeline for V2, they are going to start implementing new innovations, so allowing instant execution through self-repaying loans, as well as also leverage vaults. And SANDCLOCK will also capture all of the value through this. One thing that SANDCLOCK is also focused on is they have a vision of having a grants program to fund projects that are building on top of SANDCLOCK. So a few things that they are interested in is launch pads, some dollar cost average vaults that will average into some index funds, yield-only subscription service plans, so only actually paying for these subscriptions with your yield, so there's no loss of principal, and also e-commerce with self-repaying credit. So there's a lot of things down the pipeline. There's a lot of things that you can actually do with the protocol itself. So as you can see over here, that transaction's gone through. If we view on Etherscan, we've had a success and we've swapped the USDC into SANDCLOCK. So if we go back here, we can close, and you can see I had bought an initial amount of quartz, so I've got a current balance of 31.73. So that is it on quartz and SANDCLOCK and how to also get involved in the initial sale. There's about 10 hours left, as I said before, so if you are interested, good luck. And a quick disclaimer, none of this is financial advice. So with that, I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe and drop a comment down below for what you want to see next.